Hey, what's up there, YouTubers? Edgemans and a job coming to you guys today with another unboxing. So today we have here one of the 2013 Magic Deck Builders Toolkits. So we're going to be opening this on up today and taking a look at what we have inside. So I'm going to do a pretty, I don't want to say lengthy, but a good overview of what all you get in this Deck Builders Toolkit. So these are more geared for newer players. They come with 285 cards here, 4 booster packs, I believe 100 lands, and then the rest of the cards in there are commons and uncommons that are good for the current constructed formats like standard. So we're going to break this open. I already started it on the side to alleviate any struggle that I might have with opening this thing up. So we're gonna crack this thing open. Alright, so I'm probably gonna have to use scissors because the shrink wrap on these things is just ridiculous. Alright, so I'm gonna cut into that there. But even for seasoned players, if you look at it this way, where 4 packs they retail at about $4 each, so that's $16 just for the packs, and the other $4 to match the price, where these things are $20. You're just spending on a cool box and some lands. So think of it that way for all of you seasoned players that don't necessarily get as much out of this with all the commons and uncommons. So we have the thing that goes around here, the cover. You have the cover here. And here's the box. So it has Nicol Bolas on it. And then it has artwork on each side. So looks pretty awesome. It says Magic on the top, and it has a bigger picture of Nicol Bolas on the back of it. So I actually like these boxes a lot more than the fat pack boxes for storing cards, just because they open up this way as opposed to the fat packs, which just slide on top of it. But we're going to take a look at all the stuff we have inside here. So we have some packs, we have some cardboard. We'll take a look at these packs in a second here. We have some lands and some commons and uncommons. I think we have 2 how to play guides. Yeah, we have an introduction to the Deck Builders Toolkit and trying to build a deck, and also a how to play guide from Wizards that lets you know how to play Magic, a general overview of how the game just kind of functions and how it flows through all of the parts of a turn. Everything that consists the battlefield and the deck area, your hand, and when you can cast cards and how to cast cards and stuff like that. Pretty much the basics in this one, and kind of more a deck strategy and deck building guide with this one. Alright, so we'll put those off to the side, and we have 2 more packs here. Alright, so we'll skim through the lands real quick first and see what we have inside here. So you do get 100 basic lands for your deck building purposes, because you need to have some basic lands here to be able to craft decks. So we'll just kind of quickly go over these. And I want to say that they're all the core set basic lands, unless I spot one that's different, but I think they all are. So yeah, there's 1 set of the lands. We'll put those up here. And I want to say that these are lands as well, just because the Evolving Wilds, but I think these might be the rest of the lands. Right, so we have, actually no, these are just more the commons and uncommons, so actually some good cards like Thunderous Wrath. Thunderous Wrath is pretty good. Crucifierced Heart, Goblin Arsonist. So you get a pretty decent variety of cards that are good for each one of the colors. So it gives you some really solid options for what's playable and what you can use all in all to make your decks. And they give you, I want to say that they give you like at least 2 copies of each card, but at least most of them they give you a fair amount of copies of each one. That way you can make the best out of it and have consistency with the stuff that you build around. So I'm gonna kind of go a little bit slower through these and let you guys see what all cards they have inside here. And it's semi-randomized, so each time it's not like you get the exact same commons and uncommons that I get, but for the most part they're pretty much the same. I want to say like 80% of them are going to be the same. Get a decent bit of evolving wilds out of these. And they all include cards from sets that are going to be around after the set rotation of the previous set. So whenever M12 rotates out, and Scars of Mirrodin in this case, whenever they rotate out, these cards are still going to be playable. So you guys don't have to worry about having to go out and buy completely new cards that you're going to be able to use, because these ones won't be playable. So for the entire year of 2013, these are going to be playable. Alright, so we're almost done with this stack, and we'll take a look at the other stack of cards. So that's one of the commons and uncommons. And we have this one right here. But all in all, the cards aren't actually that bad. You will see some stuff that is playable, and that will work good in decks. Stuff like the Titanic Growth, Farseek. Those are all cards that are good, and you will actually have some use out of them. Oblivion Ring. That's another great card. Talrand's Invocation. Vampire Nighthawk as well. I forgot to mention that one in the last stack. That's all great cards that have potential of being played, and something that's actually worth using in a deck, especially for newer players. Players that have been around for a while and like to play expensive decks, you're not going to get as much out of the commons and uncommons. That's being truthful. Maybe if you didn't spend as much on core sets or something like that, or you didn't buy that many packs of, in this case, Innistrad, Dark Ascension, or Avacyn Restored, you may get a couple of cards that you want to use, but mainly for newer players, you're going to get the most value out of this. But you do still get the packs that we have over here, and we're going to open those after we're done looking at all the commons and uncommons. But yeah, had the some more of the basic lands there that we skimmed over. And we have this final wrap stack here. And so we'll see what we have inside here. So some more white cards. But like I said before, I think the nicest thing about it is you get the box. Aside from the packs and all, the box is really nice, and I use a couple of the boxes just for storing decks. They can fit, for what I use them, they fit about 2 EDH decks that are sleeved, and also a deck box, which I use for standard, and that's what I carry around with me for events. If I just like to just casually play against other people at the shop and EDH or do some standard play, stuff like that. But they fit a lot of cards. They are pretty roomy. But it's definitely a really nice way to keep your stuff organized. And I like it, like I said before, I like it a lot better than the fat pack boxes, just because those ones, they can sometimes snag your cards and ding them up at the top, or even bend them a little bit if the top of it doesn't fit right. So that's why I just prefer those, but they fit a little bit. The cards fit a little bit better in there. Get some murders. Murders are really nice. But yeah, so we're just gonna kind of skim through the last part of these. Pillar of Flame's another great card. And yeah, all right. So that's it for the commons and uncommons that we get here. So now we're gonna take a look at these packs. So we get a pack of M13. So you have the core set pack, and then we also have Innistrad, Dark Ascension, and Avacyn Restored. So we have 4 of the newest sets of packs. So I'm probably going to go with the M13 pack first. So it gives you a fair shot at having a good card, a good rare out of here. But we'll see. So we're going to kind of just cruise through here and see what we get. But all in all, if you're a new player, you can buy one of these and get a pretty decent deck going for yourself. You'll get some decent cards, stuff that's playable, and something that you can just have fun with all in all. I mean, that's the biggest part of Magic, is just having fun. It gets really competitive whenever you get into serious constructed play, but I don't know. It's still fun just playing it like at your kitchen countertop. I think that's the best part of it. And we have Phylactery Lich, so it's 5/5 for 3 black mana. As it enters the battlefield, put a Phylactery counter on target artifact you control. The Lich is indestructible, and when you control no permanents with the counter on them, sacrifice the Lich. So if you're running some artifacts that can stick around, then you can put out the Lich, and the Lich is indestructible. So that's kind of cool. So interesting rare at that. Now we get a token and a forest. So we're gonna put those commons and uncommons with the rest of these. And yeah, let's go with Innistrad. So we're going to start with the old ones and work our way to Avacyn Restored, which is the newest set of the Innistrad block. Alright, so we have Curse of the Bloody Tomb, Kindercatch, Feral Ridgewolf, and the other thing for you guys that are wondering where you can pick these up, most stores like Walmart and Target should have them if they have like a collectible card section. But you can also find them online at stores like abugames.com, Troll and Toad, those big name stores, Star City Games as well. They all will have them. And the rare that we have here is Runechanter's Pike. So it's a 2-cost artifact, equips for 2. Equipped creature has first strike and gets +X/+0, where X is the number of instants and sorceries in your grave. So pretty cool rare. And a card that's actually been playable in standard construction. Then we have a tip card, a mark card, and we have a Instigator Gang, which is another rare. So this one's a 2/3 for 4 mana, 3 generic, 1 red. Attacking creatures you control get +1/+0. At the beginning of your upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform them. And he transforms into Wild Blood Pack. So trample, 5/5. Attacking creatures you control get +3/+0. At the beginning of your upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells, transform them back. So interesting rare. It's definitely nice getting 2 rares out of a pack, that's for sure. Alright, so now we're going to open up the Dark Ascension pack. And we have Geralf's Mind Crusher, so he's a 5/5 for 6 mana, 4 generic, and 2 blue. Whenever he enters the battlefield, target player puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, and it has Undying. So whenever it dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, put it back onto the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. So nice card. He can reoccur himself. Very cool. And generally with these deck builders toolkits, you usually get 1 mythic per deck builders toolkit, just because that's one of those ways that they entice people to buy more packs. Every one of the deck builders toolkits that I've opened up so far has had at least 1 mythic, so this one could break the norm. They could have changed that up where there's no constant rate of getting 1 mythic, but I don't know. I've always gotten one, so it's going to be interesting to see if we have one out of here. But we have a Wolf-Bitten Captive, so another rare. So lots of rares out of this fat pack. Deck Builders Toolkit. I just opened up a fat pack, that's why it's on my mind. 1/1 for 1 green, and he has an ability for 1 generic and 1 green. He gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. You can only activate it once each turn. If no... at the beginning of your upkeep, if no spells were cast, you get to transform them. And we also have a foil, so I don't want to reveal the foil just yet. But, let's take a look at it. So it's a... Oh, it's not a foil. No, it's a mountain. That's weird. That's really weird, because they usually... Wow, I hate to build up the suspense there, but I feel like I just totally screwed you guys over. Usually, whenever you get flip cards, most of the times I don't get a land as well, but... That just really brought my day down. So yeah, we have a mountain, which I'm gonna stick that over there. He doesn't even belong with the rest of the cards now. But the Wolf-Bitten Captive transforms into the Krellin Horde Killer Soar. So it's a 2/2, and he has an ability for 4 mana, 3 generic, 1 green, and he gets +4/+4 until the end of the turn. And you can only activate the ability once. So another cool card. But yeah, that's really weird. Usually whenever they have it right after the flip, it's going to be a foil. I don't have it too often where it's a basic land, but that just totally killed it. Yeah. So we'll see if this pack can redeem it, if this pack's going to have a mythic in it. But the weird thing is the text is like not centered. That's kind of weird about the pack. I mean, I'm sure that's just the way that they were... just sealed in the factory, but it's kind of weird that this one's not centered like the rest of them. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what we get inside this pack. Alright, so starting off with the Haven Ghoul Scab. Uncanny Speed was a great card for limited, in the limited format whenever I played sealed for the pre-release. Yeah, all these sets have at least a couple of cool cards. Some of them, I mean, every set has junky commons and uncommons. That's kind of expected, but in large and in wide, they have a lot of cool cards as well. And I think my favorite out of all of these is Avacyn Restored. Just had a lot of awesome stuff in it. And we have a dual casting. And so we actually didn't get a mythic out of this one, which is breaking the norm of every deck builder's toolkit that I've opened. But dual casting is a cool card nonetheless. So it's a 2-cost enchantment. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has for 1 red, tap, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for that copy. So it's an interesting card, and it's actually one that I did pull during the pre-release. So I actually got a chance to play with it before the actual release of this set, and it was a cool card for a limited, definitely. If I can just get these, there we go. All right, so we have a tip card, and then we have another mountain. So those are the cards that we pulled out of the packs. So we got a Lich, we got a Runechanter's Pike, we got an Instigator Gang, the Mind Crusher, Drops Mind Crusher, Wolf Bitten Captive, and a dual casting. So that about does it for this Deck Builders Toolkit opening. Like I said, it's more geared for newer players, but more seasoned players, you can still get some value out of it. You still get 4 packs. They retail at like 16 bucks. So you're basically paying $4 of the difference for the box and some lands and some commons and uncommons, some of which you may or may not already have. So I don't know. I think the biggest thing out of it is just getting this cool box, which I really like it, like I said, for storing decks. So that's why I like buying these time and time again. But please be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe for more daily Magic the Gathering content. And until next time, guys, have a wonderful, fun-filled Magic the Gathering day.